nothing is loud enough. You stop hearing yourself think. Through the rain, painting silver on the pavement. Every window glows the same, cold and distant, half awakened. Conversations through machines, fragments buried underneath. Every voice begins to blur, every word feels incomplete. I've been staring at the ceiling, trying to separate the signals, wondering if there's still something real beneath all of this interference. Under the static, under the weight, something inside me still refuses to break. Static bloom inside the fracture, growing through the overload, like a pulse beneath the concrete, like a fire no one knows. Every signal tries to drown it, every screen reflects the flow, but somewhere underneath the noise, something humans waking up. I can feel the pressure rising, like electricity beneath my skin. Every passing day feels louder, but somehow emptier within. Faces illuminated blue by artificial midnight suns, disconnected in a crowded room, waiting for a feeling to come. I've watched entire lives dissolve into curated waves of data. Everybody screaming to be seen, all slowly disappearing together. Buried beneath it, lost in the haze, still there's a part of me refusing to face. Static bloom inside the fracture, growing through the overload, like a pulse beneath the concrete, like a fire no one knows. Every signal tries to drown it, every screen reflects the flood, but somewhere underneath the noise, something humans waking up. If silence still exists somewhere, I don't remember what it sounds like. All these voices, all these lights, all these endless waves of information, and still we've never found more the signal. I don't want another synthetic connection. I don't want another empty reflection. Static bloom inside the fracture, breaking through the overflow, like the last remaining heartbeat in a world that lost its soul. Every signal tried to kill it, every current pulled it down, but somewhere underneath the static, something real is breathing now. Can you hear it? Or have we already disappeared? the night beneath the glow of dying artificial halos. Every room feels counterfeit, every face half-coded static. We speak in fragments through the noise, through filtered fear and hollow voices. Everybody wants connection, but nobody knows how to hold it. I keep scrolling through the silence, searching for a pulse inside it. Something honest, something human, something not designed to vanish. Every frequency collapsing, every circuit overloaded. That signal burning through the wires, but nobody receives it. That signal screaming through the silence till the system starts to bleed. Tell me if there's anybody listening. Tell me if there's something left alive. Every heartbeat fades into distortion, every light dissolves into the night. Digital ghosts inside the current, bodies moving without purpose. Everybody synchronized to invisible algorithms. I can feel the pressure building like a storm behind my eyelids. Static crawling through my bloodstream, corrupting every memory. All these endless notifications, all these simulated conversations. Everybody broadcasting pain while slowly disconnecting. Every signal breaking down, every tower falling silent. That signal burning through the wires, but nobody receives it. That signal screaming through the silence till the system starts to bleed. Tell me if there's anybody listening. Tell me if there's something left alive. Every heartbeat fades into distortion, every light dissolves into the night. I don't know if we're communicating anymore. We're just echoing ourselves back into the void. No connection. We built this world to speak constantly, and still nobody hears a thing. That signal fading through the static like a voice beneath the ocean. Drowning in the current, but still begging to be known. Tell me if there's anybody listening. Tell me if there's something left alive. Every heartbeat trapped inside distortion, try not to disappear tonight. Signal lost. Signal lost. Everything feels fragile Everything feels fragile now. I can see the city breathing through fluorescent veins of light. Every shadow moving softly, like it's trying not to break tonight. There's exhaustion in the silence, hiding underneath the sound, like the world keeps spinning faster while we slowly shut down. Everybody wears reflections, polished versions of themselves, transparent hearts behind cold screens, protected like fragile glass. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe we became too careful, too afraid to let each other see what's underneath the surface. I can feel the pressure forming beneath every quiet thought. Glass veins underneath the pressure, cracking slowly in the dark. Every fractured conversation leaves another hidden scar. We keep moving like machines now, cold reflections in the rain, trying hard to stay connected through these fragile glass veins. Every notification hits like another pulse of static, tiny doses of distraction, keeping us emotionally anesthetized. I've watched people lose themselves inside carefully edited illusions, smiling through exhaustion while collapsing in private rooms. I don't think we even notice anymore how disconnected we've become, how every real emotion feels dangerous in a world addicted to performance. Every heartbeat under tension, every silence pulling tight. Glass veins underneath the pressure, cracking slowly in the dark. Every fractured conversation leaves another hidden scar. We keep moving like machines now, cold reflections in the rain, trying hard to stay connected through these fragile glass veins. Maybe we were never meant to carry this much noise. Maybe that's why everything feels so delicate now. I can feel it bleeding underneath my skin. Every connection fracturing from within. Glass veins underneath the pressure, shattering beneath the weight. Every signal growing weaker, every touch arriving late. Still we search for something honest, still we fight against the rain, trying desperately to stay alive inside these fragile glass veins. Some things don't explode, they just slowly crack apart. System stable. Emotions suppressed. cycle, like the days were copied overnight. Conversations running on autopilot, empty words without intention.
Bodies moving through routines without presence.
Without reflection, I can feel my thoughts slowing down, like something inside me shutting off. Not broken, not dead, just gradually becoming numb. Drifting further, losing stigma.
Piece by piece.
Sleep mode. Shut the feeling down, let the silence pull me under.
Sleep mode.
Disconnect the system till I disappear inside the static. Every day becomes another cycle. Every light begins to blur. I don't know if I'm still living or just functioning without a purpose. Everybody synchronized to invisible patterns and consumption. Trading sleep for stimulation, trading meaning for distraction.
Pathetic breathing, mechanical rhythms cold on a race beneath neon skies. A million people side by side.
Still emotionally paralyzed.
Stand somewhere underneath the noise.
I can still feel something trying to wake up
My exhaustion always drags it back down.
before it becomes real enough to hurt. System fading, memory fragmenting, consciousness.
Reduce the static.
Sleep mode. Shut the feeling down, let the silence pull me under.
Sleep mode.
Disconnect the system till I disappear inside the static. Every day becomes another cycle. Every light begins to blur. I don't know if I'm still living or just functioning without a purpose. Maybe this is what survival looks like now. Not living, not dying, just remaining online long enough
To forget who you were before the noise. Power down. No dreams.
No say no.
No feeling left inside me.
Flame mode. Bury me beneath the current. Let the static take control.
Flame mode.
Every system slowly failing, every circuit growing cold. If I vanish in the silence, would anybody notice it at all? Or are we all just drifting endlessly inside this endless sleep mode? almost feels unnatural now. City's glowing like open circuits, flooding the night night with artificial stars. Everybody searching for connection through waves that never truly touch, sending fragments of themselves outward, hoping something somewhere answers back.
But every conversation feels delayed,
Like emotions trapped behind glass walls, we speak constantly,
yet somehow understand each other less every year.
and maybe that's what scares me most. Not the noise, but what it's slowly turning us into. Signals overlap, voices collapse, till we keep reaching through the static. We were never meant to carry this much noise. Every heartbeat fighting through distortion, every soul reduced to fragments in the flow.
Fractured frequency.
Can you feel the signal breaking? Can you feel us drifting further? Somewhere underneath the static,
Something human still survives.
I watch entire lives unfold through screens, curated versions of pain and happiness. Everybody performing permanence while internally dissolving in silence.
The pressure builds beneath the surface,
Tiny fractures spreading through the mind.
exhaustion hidden underneath productivity.
Loneliness disguised as constant stimulation.
We built endless systems to stay connected,
And somehow became more isolated than ever,
millions of voices screaming simultaneously.
until meaning itself began to disappear. I don't think we noticed when it happened, how reality started feeling distant, like we were slowly becoming spectators inside our own existence. The current's getting stronger, the signal's getting weaker, so we keep transmitting into nothing. We were never meant to carry this much noise. Every heartbeat trapped inside distortion, every dream collapsing underneath the flow.
Fractured frequency.
Can you feel the signal breaking? Can you feel the system failing? Somewhere underneath the static,
Something human screaming out.
I remember what it felt like to experience moments completely, before every memory became content, before silence became uncomfortable, before we needed constant noise just to avoid hearing ourselves think. Maybe we crossed the line somewhere and never realized it.
But even now,
Beneath all of this interference, beneath the algorithms, beneath the overload, beneath the static,
there's still something alive in us.
step through the static. Sometimes I wonder if we were always this lonely, or if we just learned how to hide it better. The apartment glows in pale blue light. Silent screens reflecting tired eyes. Outside, the city never truly sleeps, just hums endlessly beneath the rain. I scroll through fragments of other lives, searching for something I can recognize, some proof that anybody else feels this disconnected too, some sign that I'm not fading alone. Everybody looks so close online, but somehow farther every year. We built entire worlds to communicate and forgot how to be understood. All this noise around us, still the silence cuts deeper, beating underneath the static, trying not to disappear. Every signal growing weaker, every connection insincere, searching through the endless current for something honest in the flood, like ghosts reaching through distortion just to feel a little love. White noise hearts, white noise hearts. Every conversation feels temporary, like we're all speaking through broken wires. Tiny sparks inside collapsing systems, trying desperately to survive the overload. I've watched people drown in attention, starving quietly behind the glow, smiling through curated perfection while falling apart where nobody looks. And maybe we're all just exhausted from carrying the weight of constant existence. Always visible, always available, never truly present anywhere. The static keeps rising, still we keep reaching outward, beating underneath the static, trying not to disappear. Every signal growing weaker, every connection insincere, searching through the endless current for something honest in the flood, like ghosts reaching through distortion just to feel a little love. White noise hearts, white noise hearts. I miss the version of myself that could experience a moment without wondering how long it would last, without feeling it disappear. What is still happening? Maybe that's why everything feels so fragile now, because deep down we know none of this was built to hold a human heart. just slowly fades. Flicker through the rainfall like dying stars above the avenue. Every window holds a silhouette, every room another quiet collapse. The sidewalks glow beneath neon reflections, cold colors bleeding into the night. Everybody moving like ghosts, trying not to think too deeply. I walk through crowds that never see me, faces illuminated by empty blue lights.
Thousands of people passing inches apart,
Still feeling infinitely distant.
and all these lights
Still can't warm the dark inside us.
neon graves,
We buried ourselves inside the city lights,
trading real connection for endless stimulation.
now every heartbeat echoes through the concrete.
Like a signal nobody answers anymore. Neon graves,
Every street becomes a memory, every shadow starts to blur.
we built our lives beneath electric skies.
And so we forgot what we were. Digital advertisements flood the skyline, selling artificial versions of happiness. Everybody chasing something brighter, while exhaustion spreads beneath the surface. I can feel the pressure in the silence, the weight behind every tired stare. Like this entire city's holding its breath, afraid to admit how broken it became.
But maybe we're all just afraid to slow down,
Because silence leaves too much room to feel.
so much room to Connection failed.
Screaming at the same time, every voice demanding attention. Notifications bleeding through silence like needles driven into the nervous system. I can feel my thoughts fragmenting under the pressure of constant information. No space to breathe, no space to process, no silence left untouched. Everybody wired into endless stimulation, flooding themselves to avoid the emptiness. Scrolling through manufactured emotion until reality itself feels artificial. Too much noise, too many signals, too many voices inside my skull.
Disconnect.
Tear me out of the current before I disappear inside it.
Disconnect.
I can feel my mind collapsing underneath the weight of constant connection. Everybody screaming into static, nobody hearing anything at all.
Disconnect.
Overstimulated, living through synthetic interaction. Every passing second weaponized to keep attention artificially alive. The city pulses like a dying machine, breathing electricity through concrete lungs. Humanity compressed into data streams, reduced to patterns and consumption. And somewhere underneath the algorithm, there's still a pulse trying to survive. But the noise keeps swallowing everything before it has a chance to become real. Nobody hearing anything at all.
Disconnect.
Disconnect. There was a time when the silence still existed. Now every second is filled with something The night feels endless from up here, cold wind moving through empty streets. The city stretches beneath the clouds like a memory slowly dissolving. I've spent years trying to understand why certain moments never really leave us. Why some people continue echoing inside your chest long after they're gone. Maybe we carry fragments of each other forever, tiny imprints hidden beneath the surface, little ghosts woven into who we become without ever realizing it. Even now, I still feel it moving somewhere underneath the silence. There's a shadow in my bloodstream, a distant rhythm underneath my skin. Every memory keeps returning softly, like waves against the dark. I tried to bury every feeling, I tried to leave the past behind, but some things never truly disappear, they just become part of you. I remember conversations at 3 a.m. when everything felt infinite, before time started slipping through our hands, before we learned how temporary people could be. Now every street feels unfamiliar, every season passes too quickly, and I keep searching through old reflections, trying to recognize who I used to be. Maybe growing older means learning how to carry answers without collapsing, how to keep moving forward while parts of you remain trapped somewhere behind. Some wounds don't close, they just grow quieter. Oh, Rain tracing patterns across the glass. Everything feels suspended tonight, like time itself forgot to move.
I keep old conversations alive inside my head,
Repeating fragments of voices that no longer come,
trying to hold on to versions of people
that disappeared long before I noticed. Sometimes I wonder how many parts of ourselves we leave behind inside others without ever knowing. And maybe that's why silence feels so heavy now, because there's nothing left
to drown out what's missing.
Hollow transmission, drifting through the dark, like a voice without a body, like a memory without a home. Hollow transmission, still echoing softly through empty rooms and sleepless nights. City glows beneath distant clouds, cold reflections stretching endlessly. Thousands of windows filled with strangers, all carry invisible grief.
We spend so much time trying to be understood,
But language always feels incomplete. There are emotions too large for words, too human for explanation.
in some way between exhaustion and longing,
I think we slowly become ghosts to ourselves.
watching light continue around us.
Part of us quietly fades into the background. feels quieter tonight, like something finally stopped resisting. Rain sliding slowly across the windows, blurring every light into pale reflections. I've spent so much time trying to outrun myself, trying to stay louder than the emptiness, but exhaustion always catches up eventually, waiting somewhere beneath the surface. And now everything feels distant, like memories viewed through cracked glass. Fragments of people, fragments of places, fragments of who I used to be. Every signal weakens eventually, even the ones we thought would last forever. Drifting slowly out of focus, like a voice swallowed by the dark. Every connection growing weaker, every heartbeat falling apart. If I disappear into the silence, will anything remain of who we were? There's a strange kind of grief in watching yourself become unfamiliar, like waking up inside a life you no longer fully recognize. Every year passes fast and now conversations blurring to fragments, faces fade at the edges, until all that remains is feeling. I think that's what scares me most, not losing people, but losing the versions of myself that exist beside them. Something's vanished quietly, without warning, without goodbye. Drifting slowly out of focus, like a voice swallowed by the dark. Every connection growing weaker, every heartbeat falling apart. If I disappear into the silence, will anything remain of who we were? Maybe nothing truly lasts. Maybe we're only echoes, passing through each other briefly, still trying to be remembered. And even now, even as everything fades, I can still feel traces of us somewhere beneath the silence. I don't want to disappear without leaving something real behind, like a memory slowly slipping underwater. Every light dissolving softly, every shadow drifting into gray. Still reaching through the distance, even as the current pulls away. If this is the last transmission, let somebody know we were here. Can you still hear me? Hear me? something behind, even after it's gone. Across the room, cold and pale against the walls. The city outside still moves the same, but something inside me feels quieter now. Like the storm finally passed, leaving only silence behind it. Not peace, not closure, just the absence of noise. I keep thinking about all the versions of myself that disappeared along the way. The people I used to be, the people I almost became. Maybe that's all we are in the end. Fragments, memories, after images fading slowly through time. Afterimage, still burning softly in the distance, like light trapped behind closed eyes. Afterimage, every moment slowly dissolving into something softer than memory. Even if everything disappears, something always remains. I used to think healing meant forgetting, but now I think it means learning how to carry every loss without letting it destroy you. Because some nights still hurt unexpectedly, some names still echo in quiet rooms, some memories still arrive uninvited, like ghosts moving gently through the dark. Maybe that is a weakness, maybe it's proof that something mattered enough to leave a mark that never fully disappears. Maybe surviving means accepting that parts of us will always belong to the past. Afterimage, still glowing underneath the surface, like embers buried in the dark. Afterimage, every feeling slowly drifting, but never fully falling apart. Even if the signal disappears, the echo still remains. I don't think we're meant to keep everything, just the pieces that changed us, the pieces